Previously. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Terraria. And when we last left off, we fought off a pirate invasion amongst other things, and I completely forgot that during the invasion I opened lockdown mode. I checked in these pits for treasure, but I forgot to completely come over here and check inside this pit for the treasure, and I imagine there would have been something in there, which kind of sucks because, you know, that's gone forever now. But it doesn't matter. What we're going to do today is start off with something I said I was going to do off camera and I never did, and that was defeat the wall of flesh a bunch of times to get a bunch of these. And I haven't done that yet, but I will do that off camera, don't worry. But I'll take the ones I have now because they will come in handy, as will this and this. Now if we go to the Tinker's Table, we can start combining a few of these items. Now these two will combine into like a power glove, I think it's called, and these will combine into an Avenger emblem, and then if I combine all of those, I get some pretty nice stuff. So, to start off with these, the emblems, they do 15% increased damage for each thing: magic, range and melee. This increases your melee speed, and this increases knockback. So if we start to tinker these things up, across here we get Avenger emblem, as you can see, takes one of each of these. This does 12% increased damage, which is less than the 15 from these, but it is 12% damage per everything, not just melee or ranged or whatever. So let's craft that. And now the other thing we can make is a power glove, which requires the Titan glove, which increases knockback, and feral claws, which increases speed by 12%. Combining them gives us this, which just increases melee knockback and increases 12% melee speed. Do that. Next, we can combine both of these into the mechanical glove, which increases melee knockback and 10% increased damage and melee speed. You may notice that it's 12% down, 2% down from the 12%, and 2% down from 12% on there. So it's slightly less, but we are combining these things. So boom, mechanical glove is done, and we're going to want to equip this. But where? That is the interesting question. Perhaps this? The werewolf during the day? The gloves I like. Gloves, the shoes. Let's remove this for now and pop this on. So we should put on this sword, which is very fast anyway, with increased speed. Look at this. And with huge knockback on it, that is going to be absolutely fantastic. Right, so that is that done. That list I have here is done. Get that away. My other list. It's nighttime. Perfect. Right. If we talk to the witch doctor, you remember we bought the tiki armor to summon more people? Well, it seems the witch doctor sells something only on a nighttime, and we will talk to him and try and buy that. It should be a pygmy necklace. There it is, and increases in maximum number of minions. 40 gold, so let's go get some money and come back. And basically, we are just going to have so many minions. It is just going to be amazing. We can pretty much just not even worry about anything in the future. Especially considering some of the stuff that is going to be coming up. Ooh, up here, up in this, shut this, shut this, shut this, talk to you. Ooh. I stood on your head there for a second, Zupper. Shop! Please, I would like this pygmy necklace. Now again comes the hard part of choosing which items to take and which ones to keep and which ones to remove, because our accessory slots, we don't have that many. I guess we can remove this for now. It grants me knockback and fire blocks, and I would very much like to keep this on. But or maybe we'll remove the moon charm. We'll hold on to it. Let's see, shoes at the end, gloves at the front, maybe wings. I don't know how I want this to go. Whatever. Right, so basically now we can have even more minions. which is just going to be fantastic. I think we have 6 now. 1. Oh, let me stand here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we can have 6 minions. That is insane. Right, that is off my list. Next thing, we want to check on the mushroom guy. Now, I haven't been playing. No, I said I want to do a lot of stuff off camera, but I haven't. Mainly because the mushroom guy should be moving in any time now, and I wanted it to happen on camera. I don't want it to happen off camera and then say like, oh yeah, look, this guy moved in, etc, etc. I also forgot to plant my pumpkins. Let's quickly get that done before I forget. So it's 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 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 and here. I may be thinking, now what's the point of these pumpkins? You keep harvesting them, but you don't do anything with them. Well, in the future I will. It's just right now, they're not really the best option for me to do anything with because I don't want to spoil anything for my future plans. But I will tell you this, they make pumpkin pie, which is ridiculously easy compared to the soup, which is, it provides the well-fed buff, which increases your stats by about 10%. And in my single-player world, I used to be a big fan of the soup for the buff, because it was amazing. But pumpkin pie is just so much easier to make, it requires so few ingredients, and they're so easy to get. Get out of it. I forgot I don't really need to fight, do I? I've got my minions. Right. This is spreading, but not amazingly well. We do have to wait just a little while, but what I can do is find all these out. Harvest up those mushrooms and then return home. So I'm going to dump off these mushrooms now, and I'm going to do something that I started to do last time, and then the pirate invasion interrupted me, so I had to stop, and that was build the trap in the grinder in the underworld. Put that back. I'll take a few of these, don't know how many. And I'll take all these wires, because why not? Put that one back. I'll take 2 jars of honey, and, well, I'll be back when I'm back at hell. Right, we are back at hell, and the first thing I'm going to do is dig up what I had already started making, because I'm not happy with it, and I want to change it. And specifically, I want to change the location of it to somewhere that has a mountain underneath, much like that. Any bigger ones? Now this mountain over here should be good, because I don't want stuff spawning underneath. So if it's something like this, that's probably going to be for the... See how they get spawned on there and they get trapped? Maybe I could dig some holes in it so they can come up. I'm not sure. Not sure at all how I want to go about this. I don't really need to fight, because the guys will fight for me. I guess I could always fill this in afterwards, so there's less room for them to fly around. So the basic way this is going to happen is... Nah, I'm not even going to explain it, I'll just put a fast forward on. Right, I forgot something completely, and actually this thing has proven to be a lot easier to build than I anticipated. I thought it was going to be incredibly tricky. Now, one of the things I actually do need, and I probably still need this for, in fact, and this, is I need a timer. And I do not have one, so I'm going to have to make one. I think I need a 3-second timer. I'm just going to put this stuff away while I'm talking. And to do that, I need copper, iron... I think gold is 5 seconds. Maybe tungsten? I'll take a bunch of tungsten, see if I can make a watch with it. And I think I also need chains and some wires. I have a few chains left over, which I mean I'll need. Right, let's see. Craft it. Oh, I need a table. Okay. Luckily, Bertrand, or whatever his face is over here, has a table waiting for us. Lewis, that's your name. Crafting up a tungsten watch. Okay, we'll craft that. And then I think we need a wire. And then we can make this... Do I still have wires? I don't, I put them away. And then we can make a timer. Craft. None of that. A 3-second timer, perfect. Boom. Right, I'll put away all this tungsten in the wrong chest. And that. And inventory should be pretty clear. In fact, let's just run through and get rid of everything. And I'll be back when I'm back at health. Right, I'm back. And the way I think I want this to work is if I simply remove one of these wires. Let's say this one. Can I put the timer there, or do I have to dig it up? Right, I have to dig up this block. Then I can replace that block with a timer. Now what will happen is... In fact, I still need the wire to run through that, don't I? Now, when I sit in here... When I flick this switch... That's not going to work. It needs to be disconnected, then flicked, then reconnected. So now what I do is I fall in, I flick the switch, it will seal me in, and the traps will start shooting. Every 3 seconds, so another one should come in a second. There we go. Alright, so that's working. That's not working. That's not working how I intended. Disconnect this wire. Turn on this switch. Now I go in. Now reconnect the wire. Now if I turn on this, I'm locked in, and there's a shooting. Ah, I see why. Okay, the timer is affecting that, so that's very easy to solve. I just need to disconnect this wire here, like so, and then reconnect it. In fact, I need to disconnect this as well right now. I didn't bring my blue wrench. Oh, son of a gun. I'll be back in a second. You know, it's funny. I said this is going to be an incredibly easy thing to do, and it ends up taking me a lot more time due to all the crap I keep forgetting. Right, let's go back across here. I have my blue wrench on now. So I should apply some blue wires. Basically, it was all connected, so the timer was affecting this up here, which I don't want to do. So if I connect it like this, then put these in here. In fact, I can take back this wire here. It's a bonus wire. Nice. So if I flick the switch now, it will open. I fall in, then I connect the wire back up. Now if I flick the switch... Crap. I need to aim at the switch. I need to move this lower, I think. I'm having a little problem with this timer here. It's too close to me. In fact, I could put it anywhere along this and it wouldn't matter, so I'll just do that. In fact, I'll stick it, let's say, here. It's just, when I hit B, it was affecting this instead of the switch. So by moving it like that, that should have worked out fine. So this should be open. Push B. There we go, look. Perfect. Now, this is my little grinder for being in hell, and what's basically going to happen is enemies are going to come and they're going to die. The only issue really is these two... Oh, by the way, yeah, if you're wondering about these shooters, it's to stop imps from spawning in here, because they can shoot through walls. Admittedly, they can't do that much damage to me right now, but I don't like the fact that they can shoot me through walls, so by having those there, they're always going to be shot. Now, I've also got a blue candle somewhere to put down. I'm not going to put that down right now, though, because I have a little of a task to do, and that is to sort of fill in some of this area. And this is definitely getting a fast forward on it, because this is going to be long and boring. There's like a dead guy here. Because stuff is essentially spawning, and what's happening is it gets trapped in this location. And if enemies are trapped here, it means they're not coming up to fight me. And that's what I want. Now, as you can probably tell, that didn't have to be perfect, it just had to be filled in enough to stop stuff from spawning in it. Now, if I sit in here, not only will I have these things shooting, I'll also have my little tiki guys, I'm in honey, I've got the heart containers, I'm within the reach of the campfires. The only thing that's left to do is put down a blue lantern. And can I put it on here? I can't. It needs to be on a ledge, doesn't it? Son of a gun. Right, I'll do that off camera, because I'm not coming back down here again while recording. But basically, you may be wondering, why have these spaces open? Stuff can get you. Well, the only thing that can really get me is the stuff that shoots anyway, and that stuff can be stopped with swing of the sword. So, oh, careful. If I sit in here and just sit like this, I'm safe. See, nothing can shoot me. I haven't activated my traps, there we go, and that thing is dead. In fact, I don't even need to do this, do I? I could probably seal myself in fully, completely. There goes my need for the cutlass. Oh, that's not good. There we go. In fact, if I let my little guys out, get out of the honey. Come on, guys. There we go. And then if I just sit like this is fine. I can quite happily sit here and grind it out. Well, let's turn it off. And one more thing I want to do is, of course, fill in this. Look at all the enemies that are trapped down there because they can't get up to me. So we need to go down, and we do actually need to fill this in a little bit with some more of this ash. I should probably kill some stuff before I die as well. There we go. Alright, fast forward. And that should do for that. So now we have a proper hell grinder, and this is going to be great for fighting those red devils and, well, any other crap that shows up really, because there are some, wow, there are some hell-based enemies that, well, I want to kill so I can get the drops off of. So this will be perfected off camera, I don't need to do it now, so let's turn it off and let's go home. I'm going to enter my inventory and we're going to get on with our next task.